After a peaceful night at anchor in the Kickamuit, we woke up the next morning to mirror flat water and headed out for a dinghy ride.
We're just out dinghy exploring, checking out all the stuff we can't get our big boat into. Looking for birds, and fish, jellyfish, and bears. So we've been out dinghy exploring, and now we're going through a little mooring field over here. We've seen a lot of fish jumping out of the water, and jellyfish, and cormorants, and
osprey.
Yeah, osprey.
A bird we couldn't identify.
Yep. And we're just sort of scoping around right now, thinking about maybe going to shore and going for a walk, seeing how far it is to walk to Bristol from here. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's that big red weird ship down there too.
We'll go cruise that.
All right. What you doing? If you didn't hear that, he said trying to catch something for Millie. I was hoping he was trying to catch us some dinner.
The next day, Jeff's parents, who were on an epic road trip in the Northeast, picked us up on the shores of the Kickamuit and took us out for a great dinner in Bristol.
Oh, you'll be famous, for sure.
Where are we going?
We're going to Potter's Cove off of Prudence Island.
What's there?
Free money and a great beach bar and
Chocolate
warm
mines?
tropical temperatures. Dolphins that will play with you.
Ooh.
Now there's some, I don't know, it's supposed to be a neat cove. The island is not connected to the mainland, so there are cars on it. The whole north end of the island is a sanctuary, nature preserve. Supposed to be some trails, good tide pooling, beach walking, things like that.
So we are anchored off of Prudence Island. We came in last night and we're just about getting ready to go to shore. We're pretty curious to check the place out. It doesn't have any bridge to the mainland, so it's pretty isolated. There are homes that seem to be populating the south end of the island, but the north end is a wildlife sanctuary, I believe. And so we're going to go just see what's going on here. We'll take you along. So we just dragged the dinghy up there, and you can see Bear out on the water. And just across the road is this Renew the Resources of the Bay Foundation. Looks like perhaps oyster beds set up.
That's what it says.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Does it say when it started?
We also got some scallop.
They're also working on...
I guess it is just oysters.
Okay, just
What
oysters.
they're using as...
What's that?
talking about the weather station. It's also got a map of the island.
In colonial times, the island was used for farming. During the American Revolution, the British raided the island for livestock. In the 20th century, farming declined and Prudence became a popular summer destination. Colonies such as Prudence Park and Sandy Point popped up. Farnham Farm, which includes the remains of an old farmhouse and barn and orchard, was built in the first half of the 19th century, and it was added to the National Registry of Historic Places in 2006. We walked for miles along the peaceful roads of Prudence Island. We only decided to stop when we got to the gates of the wildlife sanctuary at the northern part of the island, which was overgrown with very tall grass. We had read that there was Lyme disease on the island, and we didn't want to take any chances.
What's up? What do we do this afternoon?
This afternoon, nothing.
Where did we move the boat?
We moved the boat from just down like a quarter mile, not even, down the beach into the cove here, because there was a lot of rocking from the wake and it was really uncomfortable, and yeah, I just wasn't feeling so great. So we picked up the hook and came up here and moved into this little cove. It's full of mooring balls, but we nuzzled our way in and are just chilling out, relaxing. So we picked up this morning out of Potter's Cove, and we're headed into Bristol Harbor. We're going to pick up a mooring ball for the next week to keep Bear on while we head up to our every summer party, or annual summer party I should say, which we planned to have this year in Maine, but the winds and the weather just didn't cooperate, and so we're driving up to meet our friends. We're still excited to be going to Maine, but we really wish we were bringing the boat. We are looking forward to seeing everybody and hanging out and eating some lobster and just checking out Acadia National Park and all that good stuff. This is a pretty sloppy harbor with the winds coming out of the southwest this morning. Glad we're not going to be hanging out in the boat. So we just picked up a mooring ball at the... What the hell is this place called? Herreshoff Museum.
Sailboat designer.
I want to call it the Hirschhorn because I like sculptures, and yeah. Anyways, it's really, really rocky in here because the winds are coming out of the south. But we're going to go in and make sure that we can stay on the mooring ball because we're here about a couple hours early, and then go to the library because I have some writing to do. Ready? Oh my goodness, even just putting all the stuff together to put in the car. Look at Bear.
At least we'll be closer once we move to that other mooring. So Margaret wants to tell you that I'm a little worried about the boat. I'm just worried because this is the first time we've really left her in the water for longer than a day, I think. But we're leaving, her here for like 4 or 5 days, and this is the sort of winds typical southwest wind that we're leaving in, and it's almost 1 o'clock and it's already kicked up to, I don't know, 20 or something like that. And you can see our boat bouncing up and down a little bit. Just concerned about our, about the storm came, concerned about our cleats on the foredeck that are holding the mooring ball on. We're right now on a 600-pound mooring, but we should be moving before we leave onto a 1,000-pound mooring. So probably little to worry about the mooring dragging, but always just any number of things that could happen with the boat. So.
Next time on Return to Seasons, we leave the boat in Bristol, Rhode Island. We rent a car and drive up to Maine for a long weekend of fun, exploring Mount Desert Island and Acadia National Park. At every turn, we see amazing anchorage possibilities for our next season aboard Bear.